Do you love skateboards? Then you'll definitely want to ride one of these awesome skateboards. These are some of the coolest standard and electric skateboards on the planet. Our first board will remind you of Back to the Future, and I'm not talking about the DeLorean. Back in 2015, Lexus created a real-life hoverboard. Of course, they had to work some magic. You probably remember that the hoverboard in the movie was equipped with anti-gravitators and flew about 3 inches above the ground. Lexus managed to do almost the same thing. Riders were hovering around the skate park and even attempting to perform tricks. So, we finally cracked the code and succeeded? No. Lexus used a trick. They created an unusual skate park in Barcelona just for the project. There were metal elements beneath the surface that allowed the hoverboard to function by using powerful magnets and superconductors cooled by liquid nitrogen to about minus 323 degrees Fahrenheit. The hoverboard weighs 25.4 pounds. Because the hoverboard was difficult to ride even for pro riders, it will not be mass-produced for the time being. Next is a skateboard from Spain. The standard version of this skateboard is already available, and the electric version should be available soon. Each model is made up of 117 parts, and it is handcrafted in Barcelona. Because the city is frequently ranked among the worst in the country in terms of traffic congestion, alternative transportation is essential. The standard model weighs 10.6 pounds and can carry up to 200 pounds. It takes up little space and is suitable for both stunt riding and relaxed riding due to its flexibility and folding wheels. Some classic tricks are not possible, but the manufacturers recommend inventing new ones specifically for this skateboard. They are also confident that the design is so fashionable that it can be used to decorate your walls, so they created a special mount for this purpose. You can also choose between a softer polypropylene deck and a stiffer wood deck. The price starts at $298. A tracked skateboard that can not only ride in the sand but can also easily maneuver around obstacles and debris. This is exactly what an Australian team came up with. Each skateboard is handcrafted and costs $6,683. You could buy a used car with that money, so what do they have to offer fans of extreme sports? Despite having tracks, the Vendetta can outrun not only other skateboards, but also some cars, with a top speed of 31 miles per hour. It weighs 43 pounds, which is only 20% the weight of a motocross bike. According to the team, the engine is electric, and one charge is enough for 40 minutes of riding. The kit includes a spare battery, and you can also purchase an improved charger to charge the vehicle in 4 hours rather than 8. They also offer free worldwide shipping. Here's another glimpse into the future of skateboarding from Brooklyn Workshop, a two-wheeled board that is extremely portable. The project's creator is an avid snowboarder who moved and lost easy access to ski resorts. He's always been fascinated by hubless wheel technology, and everyone can now enjoy its benefits for around $100. The model has a weight of 7.3 pounds. In urban environments, the 9-inch wheels enable you to combine maneuverability and comfort. Riding the skateboard is a difficult task, particularly for beginners, so it is not recommended for children under the age of 14. In addition, experienced riders note that you must use your legs and body more actively than on traditional skateboards. It takes time and effort to get the hang of it, just like many other things in life. A homemade hybrid of a skateboard and a bicycle is next on your screen. You can make something similar to this if you want. The craftsman generously shared a list of components and even provided links to various stores. For example, he purchased a 350-watt electric bike motor from AliExpress, and the batteries are from Samsung. Regenerative braking is used in the design, which allows for some energy recovery. For added safety, there are front and rear lights. The vehicle can easily reach 22 miles per hour. You could go faster, but the design would have to change, and the vehicle would be heavier. According to the author, the 16-inch wheels are more responsive, though the 20-inch version performed better at high speeds. This model is equally impressive. The fully independent suspension is the standout feature of this skateboard. Engineers also included a recovery system that provides around 10% more energy, an LG battery with BMS control for safety and real-time monitoring, and a 2,300 watt motor that can propel the skateboard to a top speed of 23.6 miles per hour. For beginners, there is also a smart braking system. Riders with more experience will appreciate the 4 riding modes and off-road tyres. The board also has a vibration feedback system. If the board is left idle for an extended period of time, it will enter power-saving mode. The model weighs 20 pounds, is manufactured in China, and costs around $900. This option is for people who prefer to select their own skateboard components. There is a special tool on the seller's website that allows you to select the type of motor, dimensions, colour, tire size, and other parameters. With the right components and the right skills, you can reach speeds of up to 35 miles per hour. The manufacturers promise a completely unique riding experience, not just a new riding experience. 5 different types of shock-absorbing springs and a plethora of settings, including electronic, will allow the buyer to find the ideal skateboard for his or her riding style. It's also possible to track and analyze various data in real time using the mobile app and the computer software. Ordering will entail selecting from more than 30 lists, with prices beginning at $863. If you want to jump on a skateboard without breaking any bones or breaking any records, you can purchase this board specifically designed for safer jumps. The seller explains that the model is quite rare, so they ask for $190, despite the fact that the model is used. There's a special belt for better control, and even a child can learn a couple of spectacular tricks. What happens if the wheels are replaced with tracks? Surprisingly, there are several tracked skateboards on the market today, and news about new models is frequently published. For example, in 2011, an Australian company made quite a statement. Their skateboard had large tracks, excellent off-road performance, and top speeds of up to 20 miles per hour. This beast rides on tank-like tracks rather than flimsy wheels, is how one of the reviews on the website described the skateboard. According to the company, world-renowned experts who previously worked with Airbus and BMW were involved in the project. They also followed current financial trends, promising to accept Bitcoin as payment for the skateboard once it hit the market. Unfortunately, the site has not been updated in a long time, making it impossible to learn what happened to the project in the end. Let's take a look at what's new in Japan. A loving father and part-time inventor built this vehicle for his 2-year-old son there. The MTM06 is an unusual vehicle with 12 twin legs instead of wheels. The vehicle can carry 794 pounds, but it can only move with a passenger weighing 198 pounds or less. The controls are wireless. The model is electric and can run for about 45 minutes on a single charge. There is a memory card slot for storing various settings, as well as a small LCD display with a resolution of 128 pixels. It's great fun not only for kids, but also for adults. Why not make a skateboard that behaves like a snowboard? This is exactly what 2 Swiss students wondered. The Flowboard is the result of their efforts. A 14-wheeled skateboard. The design was very popular, and Flowboards are still available for purchase today. So, what does it have to offer? For starters, the 14 wheels are a real treat for stunt enthusiasts. They allow for a 45-degree turning radius while remaining stable. Second, the revised weight distribution requires less effort from riders. Third, Flowboards perform exceptionally well on descents. Like the company says, surf without waves, ride without snow. You can now choose between 3 models: 32 inches for stunts, 36 inches for standard use, and 42 inches for downhill enthusiasts. This 2-wheeled vehicle is so tough that even standing on it is difficult. You'll need to practice riding with your knees slightly bent, otherwise your centre of gravity will shift and you will fall to the ground. You'll also have to harness the power of the 3.8 cubic inch engine while dealing with the control panel that fits in your hand. The vehicle reaches a top speed of 23.6 miles per hour. It runs on gas, and 1 tank will get you about 16 miles. The device weighs 59.5 pounds, which is approximately the weight of 2 modern road bikes. Users' perspectives differ. Some people joke that this vehicle is much cooler than those featured in the film Tron Legacy. Others point out that with such a powerful engine, you'll need a license and insurance. The model costs around $1,555. What happens when you cross a unicycle and a skateboard? This product is offered by a Chinese company and promises to be simple to learn, enjoyable to ride, and overall a great option. So let's take a look at some of its features. The model has an 11-inch wheel and a tyre that was clearly chosen for an urban setting. There are several models of the product available. The most basic model has a top speed of 13 miles per hour and a range of up to 15.5 miles on a single charge. It can also support a load of 220 pounds. The package's contents are quite modest. It includes the board, a charger, a carrying handle, and a user manual. The cost of this one-wheeled vehicle is approximately $700. Make sure you check out more amazing tech in one of our other videos.